on today's episode of Border Talks.
Hey y'all, what's going on? Welcome back to Border Talks with your host, Dr. Brian. So today's episode, we got something a little different for y'all. We're gonna talk about physical health, maybe a little about mental health, and we're gonna then touch into something more about monogamous versus polygamous, right? In a relationship, which is better? What do you prefer? Stuff like that, right? So, um, what's going on? I'm Shaq.
It's popping,
What's
my
up,
G.
B? How you doing?
I'm calm in it.
Yeah. Lovely, bro. So let's get straight into the meat of the topic for today.
Pause, man. Come on, man. You're doing this on purpose. You're doing this on purpose. Wait.
We're talking about physical health.
No. Two things first. So first, you say, all right. You told me about the topic. You said vegan, non-vegan. Cool. So I know you thought about this. You said, let's get into the meat of this. Yeah. So first of all, you don't eat meat. Calm. But then you're saying, the way you said it, yeah, it's like, yo, bro, what are we doing? Oh, why you have to say it that way? Just say, let's just get straight to business.
Let's get to the bread. Let's get to the bread and the butter. You feel me?
Hold on, by the way, this disclaimer, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you want to say what I want to say? It's better when it comes from you. You say
it. So what about you being an absolute goofball? Okay, so I think we should really introduce ourselves, right? So in this podcast, I will be playing myself, but I will be the more serious type of mature one, and Brian will be playing the his normal self, right? Which we like to say DH, okay? For those at home listening, for the children, cover your ears. It's a D head, okay? And he just takes the piss, basically, right? So
the thing is with me, yeah, I'm a clown. So
yeah, exactly.
I love joking around. But then at certain times I can get serious. So let's just put that out in it. I'm a clown. Exactly. I'm probably gonna joke. If I joke about something, I'm probably hiding my own insecurities and all that shit. But I can be serious from time to time, but I like to, I like to entertain in it. So
of course. And plus for those watching, if you guys do hear our tones go more serious and then you see that we are joking around, just stay with it and just enjoy it, right? Let's go ahead and let's just get into it. The physical health, right, I wanted to speak about was vegan versus non-vegan. I know there's a lot of things going on currently in the world, global warming, things like this, right? Our oceans, there's a lot of plastics and a lot of these horrible things that are being thrown into the ocean, being wasted, recyclables, all of this stuff, all this talk, right? And there's people now in this middle area, right? This gray area on kind of where they should be and what is kind of right for themselves, right? Now for me, I'm vegan. I've been vegan since May of last year. And so far, I've really enjoyed the journey.
Since May last year.
Yeah.
When you were in my birthday, was you vegan as well?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
So
January.
when I was so that was January. So after that, when I went home, that's when I went vegan. Well, actually, it was not. I went home, and then months later, I went vegan. But the reason I went vegan, right? It was very interesting actually, because the whole time I was home in America with my family, I was enjoying myself. I was eating different chicken and beef and things like this. And I had kind of been pushing myself to eat healthier, just kind of stay away from red meat. And I never really liked eating pork and things like this.
I hate you for that,
right? Because
you convinced me to stop eating red meat,
and obviously,
and I hate you for that still.
Well, you're welcome. And then we'll get into that, but in terms of just what it did for me, right? I never really enjoyed it. So I didn't like steak. I never liked steak. When I was a kid, we would go places. I never ate steak. So the whole, the whole way it actually ended up being was I was eating chicken one day. We were at home. My family just came back from the store. They brought chicken, and if you're from Sacramento, at Winco, you can go buy food, right? So in the grocery store, they actually usually they'll have like a deli market or whatever, and they had this deli market, and they've had it since I was a kid, right? And we used to our thing was always we would go get potato wedges and we get chicken wings, and then we get the Hawaiian biscuits. Now everybody know the Hawaiian biscuits is busted, okay? They're busted, right? But we would get that after we'd finish shopping. We'd shop for like an hour, get all the stuff we need, and then boom, go home, eat it, and we'd be straight. So this was another one of those days where my parents had went and got food, and I was at home with my little bro, and then boom, I was eating, and I ate kind of last, and I remember I had, I think it was a breast and like 2 chicken legs, and I bit into the chicken leg, and I think it was either the first or the second bite, and my body literally rejected it, bro. Like I went to bite it, and it was like no, and it was very interesting because
you're the first black guy I know that his body rejected chicken. Just wanna state that. All right, go on.
Oh, bro. But it was such a crazy thing because for me, I really enjoyed chicken. I prepared a lot of chicken meals myself, different types. And I was like, what? This is very weird. Right. And I could understand if it was like burgers, because I've had that with burgers where like, how the patties are maybe too much thickness, and I'm just like, it's too much beef, bro. I don't like this, and I never really liked it. I didn't like meatloafs. I didn't like, stuff like that. But for the chicken, I never really had many problems. Now you'll have, you get the cartilage, you get some of the fat inside of the chicken. So obviously you can get chewy bites and then they can be disgusting, right? But then you're not really that sickened out of it. But for me, that bite, like my body, and I had gotten the protein, the actual, the part that you would enjoy. And it was not, my body just rejected. So from there on out, I was just like, you know what? I'm going vegan, right? And I had already kind of been on that wave, like I was going to go vegan, and it was progressing. I was, I wasn't a dairy person. I haven't been a dairy person for like 3-4 years. I mean, here and there, but not really like I drink regular milk, things like that. It was always for me like I always would have almond milk. I would try to opt out on having that, the other things, but I would have ice cream here and there, right? So from there, I just went vegan, and I've been vegan ever since. And from there, I just progressed, right? I did more research. I looked into the things that
You went OD. You went OD.
I went crazy.
Everyone in the group says that you went OD. You went overboard.
Everyone, I think all of my friends were, you went vegan. My parents were like, you're vegan? Like you'll eat the chicken, nothing, right? And it was like, the thing is, when I put my mind to something, I just like, I'm gonna go full head, fully through it. I'm just gonna put my mind.
You're gonna go full head, yeah.
Everything, right? And so from there, I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna do this. So I literally went to the store that next day or that day, and I just bought a bunch of just vegan products and things like that. And then I just started my process, right? And now I'm at a different stage where I'm cooking my own meals and things like this, from scratch and stuff like that. But bro, people would say I went pretty crazy on it, and I enjoy it now. But I think just the benefits alone have been so nice, and I've seen so many different improvements in different stages and areas of my life, right? So I personally say go vegan. Try it and see how you like it. But the thing is, a lot of people, before you try going vegan, wait. Before you try go vegan, do your research first. Make sure you know that you're going to give yourself the best opportunity to at least try. Because my problem that I have with a lot of people who don't eat meat, I mean, who do eat beef and chicken and stuff like that, fish, whatever, is when they try this vegan diet, they just go into it blindly and they're just like, well, of course it's not going to work. Like, of course it didn't work. I knew it. Like, and then they have a pessimistic view upon the actual thing, right? And for me, I say, if you're going to do anything, make sure you have knowledge, a good amount, so that you know, okay, I know what I'm doing, even if you don't know what you're doing, but you have a good gist of where you're going to go, what you're going to buy, what you can prepare, where you can buy foods from, like, you know what I'm saying, if there's vegan restaurants, things like this, right? And then give yourself the best opportunity, so that when you can say, I didn't like it, it was because, yeah, I thought it was just, you know, X, Y, and Z, not because, oh, it was too difficult, I couldn't find anything to eat, right? That's like saying you don't know what you're going to prepare for dinner tonight, right? And there's all these options, but you're the one that's being closed-minded about what you want to eat, right? So for me, that's how I feel. Yeah, so that's how I feel about it. Give yourself the best opportunity, and then go and give, you know, then try it, right? And from there, then I respect anyone for trying, right? At least try one day, try one meal, right? Maybe meatless Mondays. I've seen that going around. Just try it, see how you like it, and see if it could be for something for you. But that is my take on it. Now, I have nothing against non-vegans. I'm a person, I have, all my friends are non-vegans, right? So I have a roommate who's non-vegan, right? And other people are like, how's that? You know, it's probably difficult. As long as you're respecting each other's, you know, boundaries and things like that, nothing is a problem, right? And I personally don't force my personal diet on anyone, but I like to help inform, right? So if you ask me, I will tell you, but I won't sit there while you're eating a burger and be like, hey, you know, you shouldn't eat a burger, right? You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
true.
that's I'm not one of those type of vegans, because I know those vegans are OD, and I don't really respect that way of it. I mean, I do and I don't, right? Because you're passionate about having about something, and then having people actually push toward it and try it, right? I'm all for that, but I think how you go about it is completely different, right? That should be handled in a respectful manner, to where somebody will actually want to listen and want to hear. Because if you speak to a brick wall, I mean, you're speaking to a brick wall, right? If somebody who was non-vegan trying to talk to a vegan, be like, you need to do this, da da da, and they don't want to hear it, what's the point? You feel me? So that's why I'm like, I would rather want to talk to somebody who's actually curious about it, rather than someone who, it's just, you just find some blatant person on the street and you're like, are you vegan? And they're like, no. They're like, all right, you should be vegan. That's not a good way to approach it. You know what I mean? So that's my view on it. What do you think?
But the thing is, yeah, so where I want you to go in depth about it is because obviously you're an athlete. And then I think a lot of people think, yeah, that you need certain proteins, you need certain carbs that you might not, because they don't know that you might, like, that you're able to find it in greens, basically.
Implants.
So yeah, and that's something as well that I learned, that apparently there was like vegan junk food. I never heard about vegan junk food. I didn't even know it exists. Obviously, when you go, let's say McDonald's, you know, you have like a vegan burger, but you don't really like correlate junk food to vegan, because vegan is mostly greens in it. But then
exactly.
Yeah, but so that's something I wanted to ask. Like, so how did you change in your diet basically affect your performance? Like, because did you have like a period where you were struggling a little bit at the start, and then after a while your body adapted to eating greens all the time, and then you felt better? Or was it like, for you, was it a straight transition? I don't know how your body works. How did you feel energy wise? Did you feel you had less energy, more energy? I think that's more the important stuff that people need to know.
Let's start with one question first.
Yeah.
Let's start with one question first. Okay, so what's the first one you want me to answer? I'll answer and we'll go quickly about them.
Did you have transitional periods from when you was eating meat and you was eating vegan food? So was it straight away? Was it in steps? And how did you feel throughout?
Okay. So the whole process for me was very quick, right? The same day I made that decision was the same day that I just, boom, I'm not eating nothing anymore, right? So I was like, went to the store, bought a bunch of vegan stuff that same day, and I was making food, right? Now, in the beginning, I had my confusion type process where it was like, the thing is, I never had it difficult. I never found it to be difficult, right? I think it's more difficult living in Norway than it is to have that to be in America and be vegan, right? And I personally think that everyone in America should be vegan because we know all the effed up things that are inside the foods and that the government supply that they allow inside the
But
foods.
why is it
Everything in
harder
America.
than in why is it harder than in Norway than
Okay,
instead of
so
America? Because I think
so
America, I think it would harder there because everyone is accustomed to junk food anyway. So everyone is
mhm,
accustomed to burgers and all that. Like you
so
have
so
the
the
maddest combinations. So
okay.
food,
So the
yeah,
reason, listen. So the reason I say that is because of that exact thing. If you look at Europe and compare it to America, you've got so many businesses that are pushing an unhealthy lifestyle compared to Europe, right? Where the government, everyone is making sure that things are certified under a healthy label, right? So it's like
yeah.
if you go to in America, you can get food at 4, 3, any time of the day that's unhealthy. After a certain period, right? So in Europe, right, you usually will have a cutoff time. In Norway, I'm speaking for Norway right now, and I can speak
Mhm.
in Germany as well. Most of the stores close around 8,
Yeah,
around like 11, 10. And the
yeah,
thing is, it's grocery stores, it's food. You're going to restaurants, everything is closing at the same time. There's no really,
yeah.
the only thing that's open is kebab. And the majority of people are not getting kebab every day. Most people are in home. You won't even see people outside past 10, 11, right? So the thing about it is because in America, everything is so loose, right? They have the ability to, we're going to push this here. You can have McDonald's, you can have Burger King, you can have Wendy's, you can have 14 different like fast foods for the same food, right? So in one area, you've got a Wendy's next to a McDonald's, next to a Burger King, next to a KFC, all in the
Yeah,
same,
it's all
all in
clustered
this,
up. Yeah,
it's grouped up, right? And then so you're going to look for what's for food tonight. Let's just go to the court and let's go look, right? Because you've got, like I said, Jack in the Box,
yeah,
Burger King, all these options, right? So when I say that for me, I had made that process. It was very easy for me because one, I never was really a big fast food eater, right? When I switched that process, I dedicated myself to being healthy, right? So that meant going to buy fruits, going to buy extra veggies, making sure that I had a lot, I was consuming a lot so that I made sure that my body was like, it wasn't missing a beat, right? So the thing about it, I think that people should understand, right, is I'm going to give you guys a comparison, right? Or a chart. So we've got plants, we've got animals, and then we've got us, right? Now we've got this kind of triangle thing going on here. Now, what I want
yeah,
people to understand is plants is the source for both of us, right? But
yeah,
the thing is, plants go into animals, we eat the animals because of the
yeah,
plants, right? That's the
yeah,
simplest way I can break it down. It makes it so much more difficult to retain the actual nutrients and things that vitamins that we need for our body because we're going through a middleman, right? When in reality, we can just go directly to the source.
straight to the source. Yeah,
And when you go to the source, you're getting it potent. You're getting it uncut, raw. It's amazing because it's doing everything that it was intended to. God created all of these things for a purpose, right? I think if you look at what's very interesting about fruits and vegetables is a lot of fruits and vegetables are the same shape as our organs and different things inside of our body, right? So if things that are directly fruits and vegetables are directly supposed to supply the body to help it function perfectly, right? It's supposed to run very well, and that's why I went vegan. And what I've discovered while going vegan is the more that you actually return back to the natural roots of where we came from, the more that you are rewarded in a sense, right? So that's what I was saying about that middleman. When you cut out that middleman, you get rewarded for it, right? And that's all it's been for me. I haven't had energy drop. I've had energy rise, right? Every being a footballer, right? It's like we said, it's very difficult because a lot of people are like, do I leave chicken and rice? Right? Do I leave my broccoli, chicken, and rice where I know I'm getting my protein, my carbs, and then I'm getting my, my vegetables? Or I can't leave my, my steak, my whatever it is, right? You
Whatever you
guys,
used to, basically, yeah.
whatever you used to, but you guys have your routine, right? And I think that's the thing that makes it so difficult for a lot of people, is because you get into your comfortability zone and you don't want to jump out of your comfortability zone. I had to take myself to the next level, right? Mentally and physically. I needed to be dedicated, and I needed to be always on target, right? I wake up at 5 every morning now, right? With the help of being able to eat correctly, I have energy for waking up, going to the gym, right? I wake up, I fast in the
Oh
morning.
yeah. You've been moving mad these last few
Exactly,
mornings,
right? And
I see
then,
7 a.m. This guy's doing squats. Like,
and
what are you
I'm
doing?
in the gym. I'm in the gym at 6 every morning, guys, right? And this is a help from eating correctly, right? It's something that for me, it helped me mentally be
The thing is,
prepared.
can I tap in?
No?
Can I tap in though? For me, I think that's a misconception. I think people always. So I'm talking about the gym stuff now. People always think, oh yeah, you're working harder if you work out in the morning. Where I don't see. For me, yeah. So what time you go bed? Just a guess, then.
Between 10, 9, and 11. Between that time range.
Between 10, 9, and 11. Let's say we're gonna pick 11 because just say it was Champions League, so you stay up longer, yeah. And then you wake up at 5. So that means you have 6 hours of sleep. For me, because this is why I argue with people. For me, it don't make no sense. Okay, if you go to bed at 8 and you wake up at 7 or 6, calm. But if you go sleep at like 11, 12, what a lot of people do, and then you wake up at 5, 6 and be like, yeah, I'm working hard, I'm motivated, and I'm going gym or I'm doing a workout. For me, it don't make no sense because so the way I base my lifestyle around is obviously I'm trying to eat good, drink water. So I'm not vegan. I don't eat meat because you told me to, and then I did my research about it, and I think for me that was the best decision. So I thank you for that, and I'll tell you that. But then for me, this is a thing that I like. So I base my life around sleep. So I always make sure I get 8 to 9 hours of sleep because that's when I feel good. That's when I feel fresh. So I'll go bed around 12. Always wake up at 9. Don't matter what time I go to bed, always wake up at 9. So I try to go sleep at 12. Okay. Then I do this thing where it's intermittent fasting. So I eat at a certain time, and I eat throughout the day, and then I eat in the evening again. So that's how I do my lifestyle. But then I still do my workouts mostly of the time on an empty stomach because that's for me as well. But that's like where you need to figure out things because my mom is always onto me like, oh, you're going out, you haven't eaten yet. It's like, yo, but I feel fine. Yeah. So I don't think there's a basic requirement that you need to wake up or earlier or you need to do this. I think it's something where you need to find a routine, like you said. Yeah, you need to find something that works for you. I think for you, being vegan works for you to the key in it. And I can't say this guy just chat shit because I've seen you actually put in your time, and every time on the FaceTime, this guy's eating some new vegan stuff. So I commend you for that. But when I'm speaking to people as well, it's like if vegan is not the way for you to go, you can cut out meats. If that's not the way for you, let's say you got people that just love eating meat. Yeah. Then you can find other ways to do that. Just limit your meat intake, I would say. Try other stuff, eat more fish, eat more chicken. Don't eat too much fish throughout the week as well. And then try other things in it, like intermittent fasting, or certain days you eat meat, certain days you eat something else, but like try to switch up a little bit. Because I've done changes to myself. I haven't had breakfast yet, but I feel, you know, me in the morning as well, I'm hella energized. So that's something that you need to find out as a person itself in it. So that's what I did to myself. And how did I start with the intermittent fasting? Sorry, I'm going to round it up real in a second.
Yeah, no.
Last year, COVID started. No, not last year. Yeah, it was last year. Last year, March, around March.
Yeah.
In Europe, last year, March. COVID started, and then 2 months after, it was Ramadan, innit? And I was like, I was still working out every morning, going for a run. I went on the run twice a day. I was like, let me try this Ramadan thing, because so obviously what Ramadan is, it's a month, a holy month for the Muslims, where they fast to get more in touch with the religion, but also how you say this again? So like all the people that don't have the luxury that we have, you get on the same level as them. So I did the Ramadan thing. You look up Ramadan. I did the Ramadan thing for me, and I just lost weight just by doing Ramadan in it. So what I did was, I didn't do the conventional Ramadan. Usually is you eat at night, and then you eat your last time at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. whatever it is, the time always moves. And then you don't eat throughout the day, and then again. I just did one meal and that's it, and then I just kept doing. So I went a whole month on one meal. The first few days was a bit hard, but I think it's mentally. It's not. And obviously, I was doing running stuff, so you get tired, you want to drink. I did that. I lost, like, I say on a month 5 kg. Obviously, I'm a light guy. I was like, at that time I was 77, 76 kilos. So I went to 71. Boom. And that's why I saw, okay, I can still be fine and eat less. And I used to eat out of greed. So I think that a lot of people have that now as well. Is we eat, but just sort of for the sake of eating. We don't eat because we're hungry. We just want to eat. Oh, let's see that. I want to eat. Oh, we're outside, like, oh, let's get a donut. That's type of stuff, innit? Cool. So then I noticed, okay, cool, I can survive the day with eating once. Obviously, eating once is not very healthy. So I went to 2 or 3 times a day, depending on how my schedule is. And now I'm eating normally twice a day. So morning and then evening. And I must say I feel much, much better. And I managed to lose another 4 kg afterwards. So I went from 77 to 70, 72, 71. And now I'm 68 because I haven't trained in 2 weeks. So, but usually I'm around 66, 67. So that's a thing that you need to see about as well. Like, just find a routine, see what works. If it doesn't work, try other stuff. Like, it's about tweaking stuff. I would say.
I think with your life, it's a really good quote. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. That Eric Thomas said. I mean, if you don't know who Eric Thomas is, he's a motivational speaker, one of the best in the world, if not the best.
You put me onto him.
Yeah, exactly. And this guy is sick, right? And I was actually listening to this. Okay, we've got 10 minutes, but we have to.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll run up and then we'll do the other topic.
So what he said, I was listening to it this morning when I woke up and I was going to the gym. He said, strength is in your routine, right? You have routine in strength. And I think that's what people misconstrue, right? If your life is going away a place that you don't feel is the right way, that's not right for you, it's probably because you've allowed yourself to have a horrible routine, right? My routine, I'm up 5. Between 5, I'm up, right? And that's because I have to keep myself disciplined. You don't keep yourself disciplined if you allow things to go, excuse, right? So if you have a routine, right? If you have a routine, then it's boom, it's strength in that routine. It helps you become stronger. You learn things. The days you don't want to get up and do whatever, you get up and do it because it's your routine, right? Your body's already telling you, we gotta go, and you're like, I don't want to go. And we
have to do it anyways.
You're fighting, but you're still doing it because it's routine. It's what you have to do. Strength is in that routine, right? So find out what your routine is, right? And push toward that. Intermittent fasting, I do intermittent fasting. When I wake up, I don't train. When I go to the gym without eating, the only thing I do is drink water and I take my vitamin, right? I'll have that stuff right before I go to the gym, but the only thing I'm not eating anything, right? So I'm going to the gym on an empty stomach. For those who are trying to lose weight, you could also hit me up because, you know what I'm saying, I got the hookup on that. But I'm saying, when you're trying to lose weight, go to the gym without eating, right? What happens is your body breaks down the fats. It uses that the from the night before, if you're going and before you
people don't understand where if you do workouts on an empty stomach, like usually if you go running and you ate before, you're working on the stuff that you just ate.
Yeah.
Or
So the night
if you're
the night
working out on an empty stomach, you're going to your fat reserves. So everything
exactly.
that's fat,
Exactly.
yeah,
You're
you're breaking
breaking
it
it
down.
because you're
Facts.
if you're lifting weights, this is the best. This is the best combination. Wake up before you go to work, before you do whatever. Work out before you eat, right? And you'll see progress, right? Because what happens is that body breaks down all the food, all the fats. It hits directly to the source. It goes, okay, what doesn't need to be here? Let's break it down. Boom.
Just
And
that
then
shit
it'll
out.
take that and you're good. And then the thing is you're gonna be hydrated because you'll be drinking water.
And you boost your
And
metabolism
you
as well
boost
from the get-go.
exactly. Everything is going.
Like you
Everything is going
kick-started very early.
very early, and your system is now like, whoa, what's going on here, right? And then you get a lot more energy. Actually, it's proven science, right? Your energy will be boosted after. So I recommend doing that. But also, we can hit this finish this question part about
Yeah.
the energy and stuff like that. I've I played, right. I'm a athlete. I've seen major improvements in my lightness,
Even if
right?
your physique as well, yeah.
My physique as well. You've seen
Yeah.
I've gotten a good size.
Shredded. Let's say how it
Exactly.
is.
Exactly. I've
This guy was
gotten.
he was already, because you've got like an
Mhm,
athlete type body,
mhm,
and I've seen you, and this guy got like more definition, more tone. So it
exactly.
all has benefits. All has
And
benefits.
I think I'm not pushing it on nobody, but I'm just giving you guys my experience and my information, right? So you take it as it is, and you deal with it, as you want to. But yeah, I think it's a great. You get a lot of energy. And what was the other question that you wanted to ask? I think it was what the.
No, I asked two questions. How was your transition, and how did you feel energy wise?
Okay, yeah.
And
And was there
I think
another
that's
one?
it.
You know, choose to eat healthier, right? Try to substitute as many meat meals as you can. Try to go meatless, right? I say give yourself the challenge,
Go
right? If you're
meatless
not much of
first,
a,
and then
like I say, go a day, choose a couple days, choose a couple meals out of the week that you are gonna no meat, right? Because a lot of people normally will do lunch and they won't have meat inside their salads, right? I know a lot of people who choose that way normally, right? Because they're like, all right, I need a quick salad, boom, 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 and they'll have a salad, right? And it may not have meat, it may have meat, but you're almost close, right? Make sure you guys implement and at least try, right? Give yourself the best opportunity, get more knowledgeable about it, see what you're actually putting inside of your body, and start looking at labels, start researching what's healthy and what's not healthy, right? And make sure that you are making the best decision for your body because everyone's body is different, right? So make the best decision and future for yourself, for your kids. Where do you want to be in 20 years, 30 years? Do you want to be, disabled in a wheelchair because
don't say that.
you
No.
no, but the thing is, it's the truth. It's the truth. Do you guys want to have diabetes when you're at this age? Do you not want to be able to walk and play with your kids because you're too big or whatever the question may be? You know what I'm saying? Like this is a real thing
Because
because
no. See,
no,
I
no,
have
no,
to
no. But the thing
disagree. I
is,
have to
no,
disagree.
no, no, no,
Because
no. But the reason
you
I
have,
say this,
I know hella people that are a little bit obese or fatter because
no,
they
no, no, no.
only eat. They still eat only
I
vegan foods.
said,
You
because well,
said too
that's
big to
just
move around.
yeah. But the thing is, you have to exercise
You
with
can
the
still
food.
be
It's
healthy and
80
eat
20.
meat though.
No, 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 no. But I'm saying
Okay,
it's
yeah.
80
Okay,
it's
yeah.
80
I
20.
bet,
You know what I'm
my
saying? So
bad,
make
my bad.
sure that
Yeah.
you're also compensating. You can't just eat shit and then expect
You can
to.
just
I work out,
eat, and not exercise, and then
exercise.
expect
Come
to
on,
be slim.
be smart
You
here.
can't say, okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna start dieting, and then you don't do exercise because you're not gonna
Exactly.
lose weight. This is the
Exactly.
only thing you're gonna lose. The only thing you're gonna lose is like 300 grams, maybe
You
a
won't
kilo.
lose
But
much.
then you're gonna plateau because you don't exercise.
You're gonna be
Yeah.
that those people in those situations where you're like, I can't lose this excess whatever and then you're wondering why, and it's mainly from your diet, right? I mainly eat healthy. That's why I stay shredded.
All
That's
right.
how I. We could talk about that a little bit more, but
Another
yeah,
time.
another time.
And then we'll
we're
bring
gonna go
someone
ahead
as
and-
well. We bring someone that knows
Exactly.
in
We're
depth
gonna
about
bring
it.
a good person in. We've got a lot of good stuff in store for y'all. So we're gonna wrap this up and we'll be back. Quick intermission.
Peace.